excitement so much. It's Tara. In the morning, the girls and I decide to hang out in the garden outside the house. Oh wow, there's all kinds of flowers here that I've never seen here before. Really? You've never seen a tulip? Grandma and I grew only... What? Grandma and I only grew hyacinths back home, so nope. That didn't make any sense. Not even on the internet? And I thought I had to get out more. I can't believe that. And the only flowers I ever work with are Venus flytraps. I can believe that. The only flowers I ever work with are Venus flytraps. What do you do with those? Well, we do a lot of experiments at a lab. Don't you ever find yourself thinking, wouldn't it be cool to make a Venus flytrap that could walk and talk? Literally never. It's whatever. She ran away 2 years ago. Both my neighbors lost their pet cats the same day too. I miss you, Fluffy. You sure they were lost? Tea's ready. Thanks, Violet. I got a cup for everybody. The aroma from the tea really worked up my appetite. I prepared some treats for us as well. Please enjoy. We spent the rest of the morning eating delicious treats and sipping on delicious tea, as we theorized what might have happened to Fluffy. Personally, my money is on the felines being the culprits. Every cat I've met has had a nasty surprise up their sleeve. I found Kat in the same place she'd found me yesterday. Morning, Chully. It's time to decide who's your last soulmate candidate. Oh man, I'm gonna make a killing from today's bet with 4. The poor guy, he doesn't know you've been rigging the show. What? He doesn't know can't hurt him. Anyway, after you make your choice, it'll just be between the 3 soulmate candidates from here on out. Wait, just a second. What is... I thought somebody would ask, so let me explain. If you don't get chosen, we'll make the rest of the show a tropical getaway for you. You'll still be able to see the other girls and live in the mansion, so really, it's no big deal. Tara did a little fist bump. So without further ado, Chelly, who's the last unlucky girl? I'd like to spend some time today with Scarlet, because I don't have a choice. I mean, she do got some tickle bitties. Alright, we'll make it happen. She's the only one with her boobs out, I've just noticed. Let's have Chelly start in the mansion. And oh, I know where to bring Scarlet. Give us a minute to set up the scene, then go find her. Okay. It didn't take long to find Scarlet. She found me first. She had just burst through my door and was trying to catch her breath as she slammed it shut behind her. Chelly, thank God you're okay. Oh my God. What's going on, Scarlet? Long story short, I experimented with some of the local fauna on the island earlier. There's really nothing like it. It's really incredible. And I messed up my intro with you earlier. And whoa, slow down. I made a new chemical compound that causes amnesia. It's amazing. Oh, wow. That's not something you hear every day. The cool thing is, applying just the right amount to a person can make them forget specific things. Who they are, how to write, anything. The bad thing is, something slammed into the door right outside. I almost jumped up from the surprise. Give me brains and bananas. Applying too much turns people into rabid monkey zombies, hellbent on eating human brains. And bananas. Dear God, not the bananas. Not the bananas. The door slammed again. It sounded like it was about to be knocked down. We need to get out of here, and fast. 4 of us through the door and blocked our only exit. Give me brains and bananas. I'll get them out of the way. It'll give you time to run. I've got a better idea. Scarlet blasted forward with a white powder covering his face entirely. He flailed wildly for a few seconds and fell to the ground, unconscious. What was that? Let's just say 4's seeing all the bananas he wants now, and we'll leave it at that. Follow me. We ran outside of the mansion as fast as we could. How did this even happen? Oh, I was afraid you'd ask that. I'd heard from Sarah that you'd lost your memories, and I wanted to see if I could help you get them back. So I may have experimented on the Brothers 5 to see if I could erase their memories and bring them back. I must have done the numbers wrong. I added way too much. I didn't realize their brains were so empty in the first place. In a weird way, that's really sweet, Scarlet. Thanks. Crazy, but still thanks. I'll fix this, I swear. I just need time to make an antidote. Luckily, I left my tools and supplies pretty near here. We can stay there till we've got an antidote. Sounds like a plan. Lead the way. Wait, where are the other girls? Do you think they're still inside? They're actually trapped inside the library right now? Oh shit. We've got to go back and save them. I don't know how to say this, but I accidentally turned them into zombies too. But they were a little bit much, so I locked them in the library. Ha ha ha. We're doomed, aren't we? Scarlet and I passed the time talking about the craziness that was going on and coming up with a plan to save everybody. She seemed to be quite frazzled, despite seeming so put together, but I could tell she really did care about the infected. Not enough to prevent this from happening in the first place, but enough. I watched her build the machine as she insists can turn them back to normal, but looking at it, I can't help but be a little skeptical. Ugh. Alright, it's showtime. You really think this will work? You bet. I made it after all. Looks like the coast is clear here. We walked to the outside of the library undetected, but we definitely weren't alone in here. Alright, it's time to save our friends. Brains. They're coming right at us. Nothing to worry about. This is payback for you guys acing your introductions. I'm sorry, what? Oh, a nothing. You sure that's gonna cure them? Of course, what does it look like I'm doing? Something told me Scarlet was enjoying this a little too much. What the hell? I take my eyes off the cameras for 1 second and there's zombies in the house? Not for much longer, I promise. We spent the rest of the day administering the antidote to each person. Each of them knocked out as soon as we delivered the cure. Not quite the first date you expected, huh? You can say that again. It was definitely a first, though. Kat told me to make a date exciting, I had to get your heart racing. I think I did a pretty good job at that. I guess that's technically true, but aren't there easier ways? Something tells me this woman is full of more surprises. After today's date, I went out for a short walk outside the mansion. Oh, hey Chelly. Hey Kat, what's up? Let's not waste any time. I gotta get back to editing, and you know what I want to hear. I know Violet was your favorite till now, but maybe Scarlet has shaken things up a bit? Who's number one now? I think I still like Violet better. Violet is still my number one. I've been counting the days till I can see her again, and I know it's going to be worth the wait. Damn, that's definitely going to go in the broadcast. I couldn't write that much cheese if I tried. I've got some good news for you then. My plan was a success. Having 3 soulmate candidates has worked magic for our ratings, which of course means the show will go on. That's awesome. So I'm safe now? Just for now, though we're not out of the woods just yet. We need to make sure the next stretch of the show rates even higher. It's time for phase 2. Over the next 3 days, you'll go on a second date with each of Violet, Yui, and Scarlet. Just imagine how much higher our ratings would be if our viewers got to see even more of their favorites falling in love. Just imagine that sweet ad revenue rolling in. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Sound good to you? Sounds like a plan to me. Good. That's what I like to hear. Tomorrow morning, I'll be asking you who you want to have our first second date with. Put some thought into that. Sometimes the order of content is just as important as the content itself for ratings. Will do. Thanks, Kat. No biggie. I gotta get back to work, so I'll see you later. Night. I waved goodbye to her as she walked away from the mansion. Guess it's time to turn in for the night. We borrowed a boat and went on a cruise around the island. I love the way the wind feels. Why's that? Feels like freedom. Can't get enough of it. No cameras, no people, nothing to stop me from. She pulled me close and kissed me on the lips. For a moment, time stopped and we were the only two people that existed. Doing what I want. I smiled. I'm pretty sure we don't need to be all the way out here just for a kiss. I guess you're right. After all, it's hotter if people are watching. We laughed together as we cruised along until the sun went down. The world was ours. The sound of waves grows louder and louder, threatening to pull me back to reality. Will I know you before I'm taken under? Anyone else wake up with the world's worst headache? Tell me about it. What did we even do yesterday? Honestly, I can't remember. Though I did have a dream that we were being chased by someone. Oh, really? And who was that? I think it was Scarlet? Wait, what? Wait. Yellow shirt girl said that same thing when you kissed the first time. Yeah, she said that too. So, I don't know. I think they're trying to confuse us about who it is and make us think it's all of them. So it stays a secret. I still want it to be Tara. She's got a Pink Floyd shirt on. And she's the only one that doesn't seem super crazy. She's just really, really into pigeons. I don't want it to be Cat. She keeps hitting me. She's abusive. Oh my god. And green hair gang. Sure. What are the odds of that? I think I dreamt the same thing. As did I. She locked us in the library, then shot us to pieces. Whoa, that's the same dream I had. What do you think made you all dream up that? Either way, it was just a dream. Ha ha ha. You used mean glare. It's super effective. Come now, there's no point in getting upset that someone at what they did in a dream. Yeah, no use getting upset at someone about what they do in a dream. You're right, Violet. And yet, I seem to remember you being there too, Chelly. Oh man, how am I going to talk my way out of this one? Somewhere or another... Maybe I was talking to you. Some way or another, Scarlet and I managed to convince everybody it was a crazy coincidence. How naive are these girls? They think they all dreamt the same thing? At least I think we did. Violet was skeptical. Naturally, she had every right to be. Everything she dreamed really did happen. Let's hope this wasn't the kind of dream that comes back again. Morning, Charlie. Congrats, you've made it to the 4th day. And you've become the first person to have not one, but not two, but 3 soulmate candidates. Who'd have thought? It stopped doing the episodes. I just noticed, so it's not doing episode 1, 2, 3, 4 anymore. Granted, soulmate candidates don't really exist, but hey, we'll edit that part out. You should be really proud of yourself. I can't tell if you're being serious or not. I'll leave that for you to guess. Anyway, between you 3 lucky romantic interests, your 3 lucky romantic interests, Violet, Yui, and Scarlet, who do you want to spend time with today? Which one should I spend time with today? It said the order makes a difference. So who do you think I should pick? Stupid baby hairs. Okay. Go with creepy first. I knew it. Damn, I should have made another bet with 4. Anyway, Yui's somewhere in the fields behind the mansion. I'll be filming as usual. Gonna move on. I see Yui waving at me from the top of a hill. Hey there, Chelly. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again too, Yui. You wanted to show me something? Now that I was closer, I could see Yui was holding one hand behind her back. Am I gonna die? Believe me, it's the most amazing thing you've ever seen. Behold! Okay, it's a bunny. It's a bunny! It was indeed a bunny. Where did this little guy come from? To be honest, I've got no idea. I wonder if he's a wild one or maybe somebody's pet. I've asked around, but it doesn't look like he belongs to anybody. So I've been taking care of him since I found him. I just couldn't help myself, you know. Yui's smile was as earnest as could be. Didn't you have a pet bunny back home? I had two, Bun and Bun Bun. Both of them are total rascals, but Bun 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 here is a good boy. Bun Bun Bun. Aren't you? She nuzzled against Bun Bun Bun's head. Yes, you are. Nuzzle, nuzzle. We played with the bunny. We played with the bunny for a little while. She picked the bunny up and held it in her arms. Bun 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 looked quite content. You know, you're pretty amazing with animals, Yui. Well, I've been surrounded by animals my whole life. Back at my house, well, to be honest, it was more of a barn than anything. Since my brothers were too young and my grandma was getting up there, I'd take care of all the animals. Grandma's taken care of them ever since they were born. My parents were supposed to take care of them after Grandma retired, but, well, you know, life happens. I'm just glad to have what I have. Ah! Bun 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 had managed to squeeze out of her hands and run off. We gotta catch him. Let's go. On it. How am I gonna catch a rabbit? Rabbits are fast. I ran as fast as I could after Bun Bun Bun, but it was no use. The distance kept widening. Before long, we couldn't even see him anymore. Sorry I couldn't catch him. He's really fast for something so small. Don't worry about it. Bun 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 likes to do this all the time. He's a bit mischievous, but he won't do anything dangerous. We can take our time looking for him, if you're willing to help. Of course, Yui. We started walking towards where we last saw Bun Bun Bun. Right after we caught our breath again. Gosh, isn't it so nice to be outside? The smell of fresh air, the breeze. Nah. There's nothing like it. There really isn't. I smiled. At first I was really excited to go to the city. There's so many people, so many things to do, so many people, so many beautiful things. And most of all, I got to meet you. Shucks, you're going to make me blush. She laughed and slapped me on the arm. Even so, the city's just not my thing. It's a little bit funny though. The reason I had to come home all of a sudden was terrible. A little part of me was glad to be home. Ever had that kind of feeling before? I have. It's strange, but sometimes there's good in the bad. And sometimes that good can outweigh the bad. Exactly. You get it, Chelly. My family's never been closer. And that's all I want. They told me to make a lot of money in the city, make something big of myself, all that. It might seem old-fashioned, but I just want to put the people I love first. That's all you got in life, really. I'm curious, what do you put first in life? Family. That'd have to be family, no doubt. No diggity, no doubt. I don't know why we're not talking about my past. It's probably because that's all we talked about last time, and now it's like, oh, talk about her. I don't know. I think we make a great team then. We talked for several hours about what we wanted to do in life. We seemed to match up perfectly. I was beaming the whole time. It was hard to believe that. It's Bun Bun Bun. Yui pointed out in front of us, and sure enough, there was Bun Bun Bun, chomping on a bush. I'd never seen anyone move so fast. Yui descended on Bun 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 like a hawk, and grabbed him in an instant. You're going back to the den, you bad little bunny. I'm so happy you're safe. She nuzzled her face against his fur. Bun 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 was practically purring with delight. Then she looked right at me. I can't promise I could I can't promise I could give you the most exciting life with the most twists and turns around every corner. But I can promise that if you chose me, I'd always be by your side, no matter what. Wherever you were, I'd come running, always. She took a step towards me and kissed my cheek. We locked eyes, and for that time, all I could see was her and how beautiful she was. Bun 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 seemed to be a little jealous after that. Thanks again for the help, Jelly. Being with you made this all go a lot faster, and made it seem really special to me. Anytime, Yui, I'm happy to. We walked back to the mansion, holding hands and smiling all the while. I was feeling a bit restless after today's date to wait in my room, so I went downstairs to relax. Looks like someone had the same idea I did. Kat was relaxing on the sofa with a bottle of red wine in hand. Hey there, Chelly, care for a glass or 5? Sure. I'd love a glass. Now that's what I'm talking about. She handed me a glass and poured it until I was full. Whoa, maybe a little too much? What's life without a few risks? Long? Much like your remaining lifespan. Excuse me. Kat filled her glass to the brim and downed it in one go. She laughed and lightly jabbed me. I felt like I was finally getting to see her real smile. Kat started chugging down the bottle. You okay? I work on a TV show that kills innocent people for shits and giggles. How okay do you think I could be? You might want to stop drinking that. You're more of a buzzkill than Damien, and I don't even know how that's possible. He's killed people with buzzsaws. Sorry, Chelly, I didn't mean that. It's okay, Kat. No worries. Now that you mention it, how did you end up working here anyway? Oh, you know, the old career fair down the block. She laid down on the sofa. If you're here for the daily interview where I ask you about your day, I already have enough footage for today. As strange as it might sound, Kat, I'm here because I'm worried about you. And why is that? People who chug a whole bottle of wine in one night usually aren't in the best place. Worry about yourself, Chelly. Well, now I am. If you knew some of the things I'd done to survive, you wouldn't be trying to comfort me. From what it sounds like, no one really has any choice. You just focus on being a ratings magnet on your dates. I'll be fine. Thanks, Chelly. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone. Good night, Kat. Don't stay up too late. Great, the walking corpse is giving me advice on how to live now. Do I really look that bad right now? Good night, Kat. I hurried along. Now hold on just a... If only I could escape this island as easily as I could from a very, very drunk Kat. Wait a minute. If Kat's drunk, then who's making sure today's episode is good? Something tells me I'm not going to sleep very well tonight. The two of us were lying down in a grassy field, watching the world pass us by. Where would you want to go when we're out of here? The countryside. See, now it seems like it's Yui. Seems like it would be the only place nowadays that you could get some peace and quiet. That does sound nice. Would you come with me? I know it's not for everybody, and it's missing a lot of the you don't even have to ask club. Of course I'm coming with you. We're a team, right? We're a team. She moved closer. I held her tight in my arms. Mom would have loved you. I wish you could have had a chance to meet her. I know. We'll make sure our kid gets a chance to meet theirs, though. Her face turned bright red. What? Say that after we're actually engaged. It's cute how embarrassed she gets. You mean it? Every word. You're sweet. Not as sweet as you. Cute. You've got to be kidding. My goodness, she really said that? Yeah, and she was all like, whoa, what the hell is that? A flash of white raced through the kitchen, sending the girls into a frenzy. What the hell is that? Coming through, sorry. Yui practically bulldozed through the other girls in the kitchen. What's going on? I take it back. Bun 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 is a bad boy. He just seems so well behaved. I thought I'd let him outside again, and Bun 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 effortlessly swerved past Yui under Violet and leapt onto Ali. Whoa. she magically got space buttons under her hat. Bun 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 somehow made his way up to her head and took her cap in his mouth. She took off a hat and then space buttons popped up. How did that? I need that magic. Hey, give that back. Bun 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 seemed to sneer at Allie, then leapt away and ran off. Get back here. Allie started chasing Bun 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 with all she had, but somehow he always stayed one step ahead of her because it's a rabbit and it's fast. That looks like a job for me. I'm going to need a Venus flytrap and a few bottles of Bun 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 leapt onto Scarlet. Ah, get it off! It is quite humorous that a mere bunny has eluded you all for this long. Think you could catch it? Why, of course. Watch a master at Bun 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 lapped onto Violet's face. Ah, get this foul creature off me! Bun 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 sneered with contempt. Someone do something. At that moment, I realized that Tara was recording Violet's struggles. I'm helping in just a second. Bun 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 left off Violet onto the kitchen floor and ran out. Give me my cat back! I do suppose a nice rabbit stew is on for lunch today? Huh, I guess I should help too. You have to help, Chelly? I don't see why not. Time for round 2. Now quick, before he gets too far. I'm right behind you. We spent the rest of the morning trying to catch Bun Bun Bun, emphasis on trying. That bunny is on something, I'm calling it now. We finally managed to catch him by baiting him with some food Violet reluctantly made, and even then, he didn't make it easy. Let's hope the rest of the day is a little more relaxed. Good morning, Cat. I've been looking for you. Not so loud, please. My head's killing me from all that wine last night. I still had to edit our broadcast after that, which didn't help. Somehow this scene feels familiar. Something tells me that my chance of surviving goes down for every open bottle of alcohol on the island. Maybe I should spend today reenacting Prohibition instead of going on a date. You do know how Prohibition ended, right? Anyway, back to the brass tacks. Yesterday, the second date with Yui went really well. Let's keep striking the iron while it's hot. Which soulmate candidate will you be going on a second date with today? Scarlet, I guess. Huh. If making zombies doesn't count as a red flag, I'd love to see what your dating handbook looks like. But that's none of my business. I think Scarlet somewhere around the mansion will follow you. I found Scarlet out for a stroll outside the mansion. She seemed a little down. Hey, Scarlet, you doing okay? Jeez. It's you, Chelly. You almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry, I didn't mean to. It's, not your fault. I'm just a bit on edge after the whole zombie date thing, whatever it was. I guess I'm feeling a little bit sad about all that. Why? You saved everybody. We wouldn't have needed to save anybody if it wasn't for me. At least you fixed the situation. Hey, at least we don't have banana zombies running around anymore. Without your help, they'd still be running rampant. Still, they wouldn't have been running around in the first place if it wasn't for me. Well, that's true. But hey, makes for great TV. Which inadvertently is pretty good for keeping me alive. But I'll keep quiet on that. Besides, you did it because you were trying to help me get my memories back. That means more to me than I can say. I'm sorry I couldn't do it. If it's okay with you, I'll try again, and I'm sure this time. Let's not worry about that for now. Thanks, though. I appreciate it. For now, I just want to get to know you better, Scarlet. We got interrupted last time, to say the least. Care to join me in making up for some lost time? That would be fantastic. There's somewhere I'd like to go, if that's okay with you. Lead the way. You won't regret it. At least I think you won't. Should I be worried? Come on, let's go. She grabbed my hand and pulled me along with her. Who could say no to a girl who could turn you into a zombie? Everyone can say no to a girl who could turn you into a zombie. Behold! There's a nightclub in the mansion? There is now. I made it myself. Granted, I use it more as a testing ground than a real nightclub, but the staff really wanted something to blow off steam in. And okay, I cheated a little bit. I made a robot that made the nightclub for me, but it still counts. I think you're probably the first person ever to say something like that. Also, I didn't know you knew how to build robots. That's amazing. Hell yeah, it's cool. I get the feeling that building things to make people happier was what I enjoyed the most before I came here. What do you mean by that? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Actually, maybe you're the one person who would. Maybe it's worth a shot. Could she be like me? There's so much of my life I can't remember for some reason. I couldn't help but raise an eyebrow. There was a lot of broken people after the war in New Asia. Not just broken bones and missing limbs, but shattered minds. People trapped in their own heads. I was told that I had a gift for research, a gift that might help those people to be able to reclaim their lives. So I finished school early and got my PhD. I led a task force dedicated to helping the survivors. We helped them forget their most painful, most traumatic memories and move on. It was my life's work, you know, but now I can't remember what it was, how it worked, if we even got anywhere with our research. To be completely honest, I can't remember how I got here either. I'm sorry to ask, but how on earth did that happen? If I knew before, I definitely don't know now. Maybe testing got dangerous and I wasn't willing to test on someone else? Maybe I don't know. I don't know. The crazy thing is, I went from that to being on some kind of dating show? What the hell? I guess it does sound pretty weird. And the idea of getting married in 1 week? Who wrote this? An idiot? I couldn't help but laugh. But what do I even have to lose at this point? I wouldn't look at it that way. I can't remember anything either, but I'm alive. As long as I'm alive, I've got everything to lose and everything to gain. An optimist, huh? That's worth something. I guess you'd understand better than anyone. What do you plan to do after this is all over? Honestly, I don't know. I want my memories back, but if I can't get them back, I just try to make the best of things. That's some plan. I'm still working out the details. Give me a break. At least you remember some things. I couldn't even remember my name at first. You got me beat there. We talked for hours about how we both felt about our situations. The good things, the bad things, about forgetting who you are. We laughed about forgetting the embarrassing moments that probably plagued others for a lifetime. We lamented the moments that truly made life worth living, the moments that made your life unique. It's nice to have someone that understands. You know, I've got a silly idea, if you're interested. Let's hear it. Getting engaged in a week is stupid, and a person who'd agree to that is even stupider than that. But I think I'd say yes if it were you, Chelly. If only to see where life goes with someone like you. That's... Shh, let me finish. Regardless of who you ask on the last day, I'd like to be your friend in the times to come. If you'll be mine, I can't remember the last time I had a friend to just talk to about how I feel. I think this was the first time that I felt a little better about what happened. I'd want you to feel better about the past too. I don't want you to feel alone in this world. It's sad enough, you know. And maybe I'm just being foolish, but who knows? Maybe if we're still in each other's lives after this, we'll be able to help each other take back the lives we wanted. What do you say? I was thinking the same thing, Scarlet. I'm glad, but how to say... I'd still prefer it if you pick me. What can I say? I'm a bit competitive. On second thought, I am very competitive. Just saying, but out of all the girls, I'm the best educated, had the most illustrious career, won first place in National New Asian Science Exhibition, and... I laughed out loud as she listed her accomplishments, one by one. She made angry faces at me in mock anger. But most of all, I want you to have a happy life, and I think someone else might get it wrong. We spent the rest of the evening enjoying each other's company. The laughter and smiles never stopped, and she never let go of my hand during our walk. Seems like a nice night for a walk. Oh, hey Chelly, what are you doing out here? Just going for a walk. Care to join me? Sure, why not? I got a few minutes. How about we do a circle around the mansion grounds? Sounds good to me. So, how'd your date with Scarlet go? Are we already back to our daily interviews? Did the island run out of wine? That's wholly unrelatable. Unrelated. But yes. Anyway, my date with Scarlett today was... awesome. Amazing. I feel like I really got to know the real Scarlett today. And for the first time, I feel like I've truly been understood. I'm glad to hear that, Chelly, really. Scarlett puts on a front that's nothing like how she really is. I'm glad you can see behind it. She must really trust you. I'm glad she does, believe me. More importantly, though, Scarlett's fan base has been ravenous for new content. From what I saw, I'd say you delivered. I'm a solid 85% sure you won't wake up in a torture chamber tomorrow morning. Good job, Chelly. Thanks. Keep it up with what you're doing. Our ratings have only been climbing higher and higher every day. But it's not time to celebrate just yet. I know, don't worry. I'm sticking to the plan. That's good to hear. Seriously, if you got yourself killed by not following the plan at this point, you deserve it. Looks like we finished our walk. Anyway, I gotta get back to work. But it was a nice break. Night, Chelly. Night, Cat. I walked back to my room and plopped on my bed. Time to get some shut-eye. The scent of something delicious being freshly baked wafted through the kitchen. It's just the two of us. Looks like this batch didn't turn out well either. She frowned. Hey, on the bright side, I can at least tell it's bread this time. Uh-oh, that wasn't the right thing to say. It has been a while since I've done this. Sorry, Chelly, I wanted you to have something good. I reached for one of the pieces of bread. Wait, I'm sure it's... I took one bite, then wolfed the bread down like it was the last of its kind. It's delicious. I reached for another to prove my point. You really mean it? I took a moment to wolf down the second piece. Cross my heart. You're just saying that. She smiled. That's the moment I've been waiting for. She hugged me with all her might. But I love that about you, you know? I love you, Chelly. I held her tight. I love you too. For a moment, the whole world was just me and her. And that was all that mattered. What I wouldn't give to have you back like this. The next day, I woke to the sound of an explosion outside. I ran outside as fast as I could. What the? The first thing I saw was Scarlett and black smoke emanating from the ground near her. Oh, hey there, Chelly. Nice weather we're having, huh? Hey, Scarlett, you okay? I'm pretty good, all things considered. I've been experimenting again on trying to bring back people's memories without the whole monkey zombie bit. I figure if you and I ever, well, you know, I'd want us to know everything about each other. No secrets. I'd like that, Scarlett. Thanks. I'll let you know if I make any progress with that. I gotta clean this up. Give me a minute, and then we can head to the forest. I've been meaning to spend some time there since I got this island. Sounds good to me. We walked together through the forest hand in hand, talking about things we do after we got off this island, talking about everything and anything. After we're off this island, whatever happens, do you maybe want to catch a movie together? Sure, but why a movie? You can laugh, but there's part of me that just wants to be a regular girl for a day. That's something I could never forget. And I'd like it if I could be that way with you. What do you say? I'd like that. Yay! Scarlett did a little dance of happiness. We spent the rest of the morning together in the woods, enjoying each other's company. And maybe a little bit more than that. Somehow in the middle of all of it, I forgot what kind of show I was on in the first place. It was just me and her. In this moment, more than ever, I was glad to be alive. Morning, Chelly. How'd you sleep? Pretty well, considering how you edit the footage that keeps me alive. Drunk. That sounds like a win-win to me, if you ask me. Can you believe it? We're already on the 6th day of the show. Is it already? Time sure goes by fast. No kidding. Anyway, it's time to wrap up phase 2. You just need to go on a second date with your last soulmate candidate. Shouldn't be too hard, no? Please don't jinx me. Break a leg. Seriously, actually breaking a leg would be a lot better for you than messing up today's date. Not helping, Kat. Time to get today's date started with none other than my third soulmate candidate, Violet. Yay. I found Violet taking a walk outside the mansion. Hey Violet, what's up? Hello there, Chelly. I just thought I'd take a nice afternoon walk. This place truly does bring back the memories of home. You lived on your own personal island? Nothing quite that bourgeoisie. Anyway, I've got a surprise for you. You want to see? For me, I motioned for her to follow me in the mansion. I asked Kat to pull a few strings, and well, we have everything we need to bake whatever we want now. Oh my. Violet looked at me with childlike wonder in her eyes. Let's get right to it then, why don't we? She was practically shaking with excitement. Her smile and laughter was positively infectious. We decided to make a chocolate cake. It was her favorite flavor, and I don't remember mine. That said, I also don't remember a thing about how to make cakes, but with Violet, that wasn't a problem. She got me up to speed with a soft and steady hand, and before long we had the cake in the oven baking away. I wish it took longer to make. Seeing Violet do what she loved most was a treat. When she pulled the cake out of the oven, she looked like a kid on Christmas Day. Now, just for the finishing touches. A little more here and a little more there. She was in her own world, humming away as she danced around the cake, decorating it as she went along. I couldn't help but smile and watch her in adoration. She's pure happiness right now. I wish I could take this moment and just freeze it in time for safekeeping. I can't wait to share this with the others. But first, Chelly, would you mind testing it? You don't have to ask, believe me. I'm first in line to try it out. Thank you. I'm not sure what I make is worth eating or not. Why is that? My family's caretaker, Lucine, was the one who taught me to bake. Besides my sister, Lucine was the only one who ever bothered to try what I made. Sometimes I worry that they told me it's delicious just to make me feel better. I took a little off the top of her cake with my finger and licked it off. It's delicious, Violet. You better believe it. Would you want to help me a little bit longer? I'm having far too much fun to stop now. I've just started making some cookies, and I find I quite enjoy your company and help, Chelly. I'd love to. Let me know how I can help. Violet passed me a bowl full of cookie dough, then a tray. All you need to do is make little cookie-shaped pieces out of this dough, and then put them on the tray. Do not try to put any of them too close together on the tray, or it'll become something of a mutant cookie in the oven. Got it. No mutant cookies here. I ripped off a piece of dough from the bowl and rolled it into the size and shape of a cookie. Perfect. You're natural. Thanks, Violet. Wow. In the time it took me to make one, Violet had made 6 perfect cookies. She moved with a mechanical efficiency as she kneaded the balls of dough into perfectly shaped cookies. Wow, I thought you were great before, but you're really incredible. How long have you been doing this? Perhaps since I was about, say, 5? To this day, it remains the only thing I can best my sister at. I finished making another cookie as Violet finished 3 more. She held up one of the cookies and raised it to her face. You've gotten quite skilled at this, Chelly. I just wanted to say again, thank you for arranging this. I'm on top of the world right now. It was my pleasure, Violet. Gosh, she's adorable when she smiles. For a few seconds, we kept working on the cookies in amiable silence, our eyes locked on each other's. You said you had a sister? Why, yes, indeed. Viola Valentine. First twins in the family. Oh, I'm out of my room on my tray. She flashed a devious smile in my direction right before she lightly threw a dough ball at my face. What's with that cheeky? Before I could react, it splattered against and stuck to my face. She burst into childlike laughter. Nice catch, Chelly. Perhaps you might try using your hands next time. Oh, it's on. I couldn't stop myself from smiling as I grabbed some ammo from my own cookie tray and threw them at her. She dodged them with ease and laughed. It's quite humorous how an old caretaker managed to do which you are struggling to do now. I interrupted her gloating with another dough ball throw. This time it made a satisfying splat against her left cheek. Strike! Oh, you are so going down. Her smile turned devilish and she grabbed another dough ball. Oh shit. I've only a second before the next volley. Defensive. I ducked behind the kitchen counter. An instant later, a dough ball flew above my head. Ha! Nice. While I was gloating, Violet threw a dough ball that splatted against my forehead. Ah! And then another landed right next to it. Ah, mercy! And then another. I crumpled to the floor in defeat. I declare this my victory in absolute confidence. She laughed as she pointed at all the dough on my face. I took the opportunity to interrupt her speech with another dough ball. It splattered right against her left cheek. Oh, you're even more dead now. Forget surviving this crazy TV show. I didn't know if I'm surviving the next 5 minutes. It was looking like a tiger dead in... It was like looking a tiger dead in the eye. Violet reloaded her ammo and was winding up for another throw. It was all I could do to reach for one more ball and scream in defiance. Bring it on! Some say you can still hear my screams in the kitchen to this day. We finished cleaning up after our impromptu food fight and brought the desserts that survived the Great War to the porch. Her smile and her laughter were infectious. Pardon me, but I guess we can rule out you being a baseball player before you had come to this island. She put her hand tenderly against my face as she wiped off some of the remaining dough. We locked eyes yet again. Her eyes were practically magnetic. Thanks for playing along, Chelly. I suppose it's been too long since I've had that much fun. So, thank you for indulging my little whim. It was a lot of fun for me too, Violet. Don't mention it. Besides, I think I got a few good hits in to make it all worth it. I'm worried for you. It appears your amnesia is getting even worse. Violet laughed as she picked off some more crumbs off my face and licked them off her finger. Her eyes seemed to linger on mine. I do hope we can spend more time together soon. I quite like this. I'd like that, Violet. I had a lot of fun with you, too. You're full of surprises, you know. Just wait and see. There's more where that came from. We spent the rest of the day talking and eating little desserts together on the porch. Though Violet seemed distant when I first met her, I learned that the real Violet was nothing like that at all and full of surprises. She could be unexpectedly shy in one moment, then mischievous as a child the other. One thing's for sure, being around her makes my heart skip a beat, and the time fly. But before I realized how much time had passed, it was already pitch black outside. I'm feeling a little bit of the late night munchies. Guess I'll go downstairs. I walked to the kitchen and opened the fridge. Sweet! There's some leftover cookies that Violet and I had made together. I grabbed a few and wolfed them down. Delicious. Got a case of the midnight munchies? I figured I'd do my civil duty and help finish the cookies Violet and I made. Right. Only a good Samaritan would finish all the cookies, so no one else would have to make that sacrifice. I'm just too good of a person, I know. It gets me in trouble sometimes. Anyways, I've been meaning to talk with you. What's up? How'd your date with Violet today go? Awesome. It was wonderful, and that's not a word I say very often. It's not every day where you get to spend it with a woman who can turn a kitchen into a war zone. I can't remember the last time I had so much fun, and that's not the amnesia talking. Violet really is something, ain't she? No kidding. I'd expect no less from the woman who's currently our audience favorite. Whenever we get you both in the same room, ratings just soar through the roof. I can't say I'm surprised to hear that. Well, that should be enough footage for today. Thanks, Charlie. You'll be happy to know that phase 2 of the plan was a smashing success. That's great to hear. No kidding. The love square between Yui, Scarlet, and Violet has viewers on the edge of their seats. You've actually broken the record for ratings on the killer dating game show. It's not as niche as it sounds. Do I get a plaque for that? This has got to count for something somewhere. We don't have it printed yet, but I prepared your tombstone in advance if you're looking for a souvenir. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Kat. Let it never be said that I'm anything but supportive. Anyway, we're on to phase 3. It's pretty much the same as phase 2, except with the third dates this time. And one caveat. What's that? I'm sure you've got a favorite in mind between Yui, Scarlet, and Violet. If you want to maximize your chances of getting here alive, save the best for last. It gives the audiences something to look forward to. Sounds good to you? Makes sense to me. Good. That's all for today. I'll see you later, Chelly. Good night, Kat. And thanks for helping me. Thanks for the help till now, Kat. I realize I'd probably be screwed without you. Don't thank me yet. Guess I'll call it a night. I walk back to my room. Time to get some shut-eye. So what's this supposed to do? It's only a prototype, but technical details aside, you can think of it as a memory rewriter. So it rewrites memories? Pretty much, think of it as like a surgeon's scalpel. With it, you could make someone forget things as big as who they are, or something as small as a specific conversation. So if you use this on someone, anything's fair game. You could erase anything you wanted. Exactly. Well, maybe it's not really a scalpel since it comes with a reset button. It's sad though. This was supposed to help people after the war. I was supposed to help people after the war. I'm sorry, Scarlet. Don't worry about it. I may not be able to help them, but it doesn't mean I can't help you and your partner escape from this madness. Thank you, really. Thank you so much. I know you're taking an incredible risk for us that honestly, most people would never. Don't mention it, Chelly. It's what I would. It's what I do. If they manage to trace it back to me, then I'll accept whatever comes. It'd be the first time I helped somebody in quite some time. Scarlet. The boat is just past the woods, behind the rocky enclave near the beach. It won't be there forever, so act quickly. It'd be suicide to go during the day, so I recommend heading there near midnight. Thank you, Scarlet. You sure you don't want to come with us? Someone has to stay here to help the people that fall into the spider's web. You don't have to be so noble. I envy you, you know. You get to leave I envy her, you know, to get to leave this place with you. But someone needs to stay here to do what's right. Okay, well, it's not Scarlet.